Prince Harry be in bigger trouble than he actually realises, because legal experts are claiming that he could actually be denied entry back into America. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more details in this Daily Nerd starting right now. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the news and pop culture stories of the day that's pretty much caught me eye, and oh my goodness, before I jump into all the juicage, details with this video's main topic, there is a little bit of housekeeping as always. Firstly, YouTube human reviewer, I see you lurking. I'm not going to say any trigger words or anything that's going to offend your ear holes. And to everyone else awesome enough to have clicked on this video, hey up, how y'all doing? If you've got some very strong feelings about Prince Harry's visa situation, and I bet you do, then go on and send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And oh yeah, let's jump into this one, shall we? So, this is from the Daily Mail and it's an exclusive. Legal experts are claiming that, Prince Harry at the moment is in the UK with his High Court case against Mirror Group newspapers that we all know about. But when he goes back to America, he could actually be denied entry back by any border guard, don't matter who, just has to be a border guard, who has actually read his admissions of illicit substance use in Spare, otherwise known as WAH. So let's break this down, shall we? They say that the border officials could grill him on the admissions if he failed to declare it on his visa application form. So, Heritage Foundation, listen up, guys, because at the moment, for those that don't know, the Heritage Foundation is suing the US government to try and get a copy of Prince Harry's visa application to see whether or not he did put on his past usage or not, right? But for the Heritage Foundation, if they find out that the border officials have grilled Prince Harry on his substance use as he's trying to get back into America, that might be all the answer the Heritage Foundation actually needs, to be fair, technically speaking. But it does mean that Hazard could be stopped from returning to America after his trip to London, as he's suing at the moment MGN, otherwise known as Mirror Group newspapers, over allegations of phone hacking. Now, the revelations come after it emerged that the US government essentially at this point has until Tuesday to release Prince Harry's visa application, a copy of which to the Heritage Foundation. If not, they're going to court. They are going to court. And it's over these two specific questions in particular. So, Prince Harry will have had to answer, are you or have you ever been an illicit substance, taking it a little bit more than you should be doing kind of situation? And really wanting it no matter what kind of situation. And have you ever violated or engaged in a conspiracy to violate any law relating to illicit substances that are just pretty much not allowed legally at all, okay? And based on his admissions in Spare, otherwise known as WAH, technically he could say no to that one. Okay, fine, we'll give him that. It's this. Because the type of substances that Prince Harry admitted to, they are controlled substances. And he would have violated our laws in just possessing such substances. Never mind taking them or whatever, right? So it's really, for me, this question that Prince Hazard might actually be totally screwed on. Or the US government could be totally screwed on. So, Raymond G. LaHood, an immigration lawyer at Norris McLaughlin, told Daily Mail that Harry could be barred from re-entering the US if he came up against the wrong border guard. Now, a CPB officer would not be able to quiz Harry on his previous illicit substance usage if he had declared it at the time of his visa application, since a decision would already have been made to issue a waiver. But it's not known, as we're at this point, whether Hazza actually declared everything on his application or not. Now, to note, Prince Hazza has said he was truthful on his application. Said everything, this, that, and the other. Apparently, he has said that. Time will tell. But the immigration lawyer said every time he comes into the US, he is supposed to go through Custom and Border Protection, which is CPB. Any person will be asked those questions and will be turned away if there is a clear record of illicit substance use that's not previously been declared. So if Prince Hazza is questioned by, quote, the wrong border guard, right? And then all of a sudden, he's denied entry into America. Again, I think the Heritage Foundation has clearly got their answer at that point. But he says, if I'm a customs agent, I have the right to answer whatever questions I want. If he has violated any law with regard to illicit substance use, that's grounds to be turned away, regardless of whether there was a conviction or not. So, for Prince Hazza, there's never been a conviction in terms of his illicit substance use in the past, right? Don't matter. Don't matter if there's a conviction or not. America could still turn around and say, bog off back to UK. And we don't want him, but he could go to Africa. He loves Africa, apparently. But he added that he thought it was unlikely to happen even if Hazza had not declared his illicit substance use because he was not a, quote, normal citizen, and agreed with the Heritage Foundation's claim that he was getting special treatment because he's Prince Harry. And opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I totally suspect that. He's Prince Harry. He's son to the freaking King of England. How can you not think he's getting special treatment? Now, if he's not, fair play, but my suspicion definitely lines up with his. The dude's getting special treatment, somehow. Now, the Heritage Foundation think tank is arguing that an explanation of how has he got into America despite subsequent admissions of illicit substance use is in the public interest, and I would firmly agree on that. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, he said the case could either go either way, but added that he thought the privacy of immigration records would trump the public interest argument and the files would not be released. I hope it's the other way around. He did say, however, that there is a risk that the publicity generated by the lawsuit would put a big mark on Harry's immigration file that could make it more difficult for him to renew his visa. So even if they do allow him back into the country, when it's time for him to renew his visa, which apparently is sometime this year, guys, he might be having some issues with that. They might still kick him out all the same either way. But said that if Prince Harry is found not to have declared his illicit substance use on his visa application, then it should be rescinded. It should be taken away from him. Now, it's not knowing what sort of visa Hazza got, but it could be a temporary non-immigrant one called a 0-1 for extraordinary ability, which would expire after 5 years. And it's heavily rumoured that Justin Bieber has that as well, that kind of immigration visa. Now, under US law, non-citizens who admit to illegal substance use or have been convicted of such can be barred from the country. If they admit to this, a waiver would likely be required to gain entry, but this can be a difficult and lengthy progress. Now, Caitlin Davis, who's a specialist immigration firm from Davis Legal, said a waiver can take months to be granted, but would unlikely be tested because the illicit substance use admission does not appear to be of recent use. She also said that Hazza could still run into difficulties at border control, saying formal admissions of such substance use without exceptional circumstances will likely prevent Hazza from ever becoming a green card holder or US citizen. Whoo! While the admissions in his book would not be formal, an interviewing officer could make them formal by questioning him in a particular manner on his claims of his illicit substance use. Now, I have always given the example of Kate Moss. She was thought to have US visa issues in the past after it emerged back in 2005 that she was caught with some very suspicious looking talcum powder. Let's put it that way. But we've also got the example of Amy Winehouse here. Now, she was denied a US visa in 2008 because of her well-documented illicit substance use and issues that she had, causing her to actually cancel plans to attend the Grammy Awards. Now, Niall Gardner, who's the director of the Margaret Thatcher Centre for Freedom at the Heritage Foundation, who, again, they're suing the US government to try and get copies of Harry's visa application, revealed details, saying that the lawsuit was aiming to achieve transparency and accountability, saying there's a clear US public interest in ensuring Hazard did not receive any favourable or preferential treatment by the immigration authorities, and that any discrepancy between the details provided in his immigration application and the revelations of the illicit substance use in Spare would have serious implications for his legal status in the United States. Continuing to say, Hazard should welcome the release of his immigration application so the public can see what was put in the application and essentially put this thing to rest, right? Like, get it done and dusted. What have you got to hide, right? I mean, he pretty much laid it all out in Spare, including his freaking blue todger and the unique way of how one uses Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream. I mean, come the frick on, right, guys? But yeah, it's true. Legal experts are claiming that when Hazard goes back to America after his current court case in the High Court against Mirror Group newspaper, he could actually be denied entry and be like, yeah, you're not coming back in. Bog off back to UK. We don't want you anymore. Woo! What a situation that would be, right, guys? With that being said, though, enough with my gob. It's now time for your gobs. If you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, woo, there's gonna be more. Do make sure you click on that subscribe button. I'm gonna keep it honest. Help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories and whatevers. Also, as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about Prince Harry's visa application, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.